Hello and welcome back to another LEGO Unbox, Unbag and Build per Bag. This time I'm here with set 75300, the Imperial TIE Fighter. It was released on the 1st of January 2021, has 432 pieces, is rated ages 8 plus and has 3 minifigures. As you'll see there, we have the TIE Fighter pilot, Annihilate and Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper looks a little bit weird, but it retailed at around $34.99 in pounds, $39.34 in euros and $39.99 in dollars. So here we have 2021's take on a TIE Fighter. Affordability kept in mind and is kind of very obvious as well. It definitely shows. A little less than the X-Wing, but it does definitely show. It's the smallest of the TIE Fighters so far, but I'm going to get into how many TIE Fighters there was. But it isn't too inaccurate really otherwise. I mean, there's no design on the inside of the wings, but there usually wasn't for all these TIE Fighters. But, it's not that. Like, it doesn't take away that much accuracy as the X-Wing does, but even then the X-Wing doesn't take a whole pile away. So it's still a nice kind of representation of the Starfighter. So, here's where it gets a bit weird. There's been 21 sets released that have featured a TIE Fighter, not including the TIE Crawler because that's not a fighter, it's a crawler. There is 8 TIE Advanced, 2 TIE Interceptors, 4 variations, and the remaining 7 are standard TIE Fighters. The first of which was released in 2001 and was released twice more in 10131 and 7263. Next, we finally see the accurate colouring come out in 2012. Enter then the 2015 UCS set, and going on then forward, we see the First Order's interpretation of the TIE Fighter, leading up then to the 2018 one from Solo, and finally the 2021 TIE, which is, right in front of you here. So just to clarify, this is actually the 4th version of the Imperial TIE Fighter we've seen, excluding the UCS. You'd think that the standard TIE would have been the first designed and also the most redesigned and, the most common in what they've brought out, but obviously not. So moving on now to just to kind of look around in the box, you can see on the top here, standard enough stuff. You've got the 1-for-1 TIE pilot there. Of course, then on the other side, we see, standard enough stuff. A little bit of the kind of a repeat of the front of the box there. Small print on the bottom. And on the back, then, we see it from another kind of angle or perspective. And we also see the cockpit opens up. And there's spring-loaded shooters there. So that's pretty much all it is. We have, of course, the LEGO Star Wars Play It in the Skywalker Saga box up in the corner. But, otherwise, there's nothing really too crazy going on in this set. And from the back of the box to the unbox, let's see what we have here. So this table might not be the unboxing table for long, but we'll find out. I think we have 3 bags, 3 numbered bags. We have 1 instruction book and no stickers. It doesn't look like we have any stickers this time, so that's actually great. I'll be honest with you, I'm very proud of the fact there's no stickers. I think that's a printed tile anyway, I know that for a fact, and then I think that's also printed, the top bit there. So it must mean that the control panel as well is also a little printed tile, which is great. 3 numbered bags, 1 instruction book, what else can you ask for? So bag number 1 seems to hold fairly standard pieces, nothing really to write home about. Some nice pieces in there, some useful definitely pieces in there, but you can also see the TIE Pilot is in here as well, and you got your 2 printed tiles, or printed bricks, sorry, I'm not sure are the tiles bricks or what are they, because they're kind of, the circly ones are not essentially, bricks. But anyway, yeah, seems to be standard enough. You can also see the spring-loaded shooters, so obviously enough this is the whole cockpit area, which makes me think that these kind of bits are interesting as well, but it makes me think that there should be a printed tile in this side, and here you have of course the small side as well. There's a small bag in this bag, but it doesn't seem to be, there doesn't seem to be a printed tile in this set for the controls, so I'm not really sure if there is any controls in it, or if I've just missed it, but I'll give you an update on that if and just let you know if there is a printed tile in that or not, but so far there's nothing. But yeah, that's the overview for bag number 1. Let's get on to the build. So I noticed something a little wrong with the instructions. Okay, so look at this. You see this little like dark grey piece there? Not there. So it obviously comes in this instruction, but no. So they've kind of jumped the gun a little bit here and added that in before they should have in the instructions. Just a little kind of fun thing that I could kind of point out. So at the end of bag number 1 we have the cockpit, and obviously then we're going to go on to 1 wing per the next 2 bags, so that's where we're going to end up there. But yeah, it's a decent enough design. You can definitely see that they are cutting corners because there's no printed tile in there for the control panel, but they do have these kind of pretend kind of, I don't know, thrusters or handles or whatever they're called really. But yeah, like it opens at 2 spaces. It's kind of nice. Seems like a sturdy design. There's Technic bricks running through the middle there, and obviously then the pins coming out are going to connect onto the wings. But yeah, seems decent enough so far. Kind of smooth it off nicely, and we'll get on to the next bag now and see what happens. Your spare pieces are here for this bag, and we are left also then with 1 minifigure, the TIE Pilot, and he's a decent looking minifigure, but of course I'll talk more about him in the review. So bag number 2, and for the most part pretty standard enough pieces. You can see there we have LiQWYD, the droid, and you know, for the rest it is fairly standard pieces, apart from this piece, which has literally only been in this set so far. It is new for this set and hasn't been in it since it came out. Like with this set, it was released in 2021, and you know, again, I can't stress it, has been in only 1 set. This is the only set it's been in, so that's interesting. Otherwise fairly standard enough kind of pieces there. Same pretty much with here as well, the small side. You can see, you know, standard pieces, nothing too crazy. You got this printed tile here, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what they're going to use it for. Maybe like right in the middle. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview of bag number 2. Let's get on to the build. So at the end of bag number 2, we have one of the wings, which is nice. I do want to say, I thought I would hate this kind of technique, but once I clicked it on, it just fit together so perfectly that I really do like it. However, I don't like the fact that these kind of tiles are suspended, these ones here, and I just not really a fan of it. Like, I know they can't really have done it many different ways, but that just, it's a bit weird, I think. But it definitely does still get the image across nicely. But yeah, then we also have LiQWYD, the droid, and we have only 2 spare pieces in this bag, and that's pretty much it. Let's get on to bag number 3, the final bag. So bag number 3, it's the exact same as the last one, apart from the fact you have these and also a different figure in it. Everything else is the same. You also got the new piece. I mean, like, you had to. It's the piece that connects us to the ship, so not really surprised there that we see another one. Your small side, again, pretty much the exact same. You got the printed tile up there, no other printed tiles, and standard enough pieces all around. So let's get on to the third and final build. So at the end of bag number 3, the final bag, we have the entire thing built. We had this wing to add on to it, and we've done that in the last bag. We have also the Stormtrooper, and no spare parts for this bag, because anything we have for this bag would have been in the first bag, because, you know, the wings are identical, and unlike the older sets, we only get 1 spare piece per part this time. But yeah, first impressions, like, as I said, I don't really like these things floating. I do like the borders. The wings are definitely a lot smaller than they should be, and thicker. Like, they should be almost paper thin. Like, they should be very, very thin. But these just seem a bit kind of clunky and bulky. But it still is a nice little build for what you get. Like, it's a sturdy thing, and the swoosh ability is definitely there. I mean, you can hold it. It just feels really nice. But yeah, definitely nice. But yeah, let's get a look at the end of the instruction booklet here. We can see then it shows you how to use the spring-loaded shooters. Not like anybody doesn't really know. It shows you also the first half of the year worth of sets that are coming out. These sets haven't been released yet, but the rest are definitely out in order. And of course, it's taken off. Even 2021 is gone. It's just giving you a general hint that the game is definitely coming at some stage. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You also, of course, got your parts list on the back and Win there, the little Lego robot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the entire set. Easy enough little build, satisfying build, definitely. But, you know, for the people who are kind of fussy with details, it could definitely be improved a little bit. And your spare parts for the entire set. Well, maybe that included. It is kind of a spare missile, but you know. Thanks a million for watching my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you think there's anything that needs to be said. Thanks a million, guys. See you again. Take care.